Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Rantin Review Pro Wrestling. And we got a lot to talk about today in the world of sports entertainment and pro wrestling. We're going to start off with, of course, this past week's AEW Dynamite, which did set a lot of people crazy. And the main thing that set a lot of people crazy was the match between the Elite and Death Triangle, the second match in the Best of 7 series. Again, one of the things that I've always enjoyed about the wrestling world is when they do Best of 7 series. This match, however, was happening in Chicago, and as many of us suspected, the Elite might get a interesting reaction being in Chi-Town. So to summarize this pretty quickly, the Elite in their match against Pac, Penta, and Phoenix did some callbacks to a particular wrestler. His name would be CM Punk. Of course, we all remember the all-out fallout, the all-out brawl from a couple of months ago. And the Elite, when they came back, nobody's really said much about it. There was a FCM Punk chant at Full Gear, I should say. And then on this second match in the Best of 7 series, they started mocking the crowd and mocking CM Punk. Of course, they expected this because it is Chicago, the home of CM Punk. The Elite be on the opposite side of the controversy with CM Punk. They definitely expected that they were probably going to get a lot of boos, and a lot of boos they got. However, there were some fans, and you did hear this on the broadcast, that did chant F the Elite and F CM Punk. So there were F CM Punk chants in Chicago. The Elite then continued to just troll and troll and troll. Matt Jackson at one point in time tried to do the Buckshot Lariat and flubbed it on purpose to mock CM Punk's flubbing of the Buckshot Lariat in his match against Hangman Adam Page for the AEW Championship earlier this year. Kenny Omega did a sign for Go to Sleep. He then hit the Go to Sleep later on and then claimed that it was an homage to Kenta, who Kenta chimed in on it a little bit. So there was a lot of that going on during the whole show. It seemed like half of the crowd, well, the majority of the crowd were probably on the side of CM Punk, but there was definitely a loud contingent of them that were not clearly on CM Punk's side. And it didn't overshadow the match. Now, what's really interesting about this is the aftermath, especially on social media, of course. So all kinds of people came out of the woodwork. People were very, very angry about this. This is a new low. They are so immature. CM Punk was right. He was dealing with children and all of this stuff. Now look, CM Punk has made a little jab, literally and figuratively, about this.
Speaking of CM Punk, next year, we may do...
since the incident happened. But I also want to remind people, this is the advantage of being an old person who's watched wrestling for a very long time. This is nothing new. In fact, it's almost 25 years to the day, I believe, to the week, when a similar situation happened in 1997 in the WWF. It was just a couple of weeks after the Montreal Screwjob, and Triple H, Chyna, and Shawn Michaels, D-Generation X, did this in response to Bret Hart.
Bret Hart's music. What in the hell?
You ready? Oh, sharpshooter.
It's a reenactment.
He's got it locked in. Michaels. There you go, right where you belong.
That was certainly immature and petty as well. But again, this is pro wrestling. Is it immature? Yes, but so is pro wrestling. Is it petty? Yes, but so is pro wrestling. It's par for the course. It's part of the whole thing. It's part of the reason a lot of us watch this stuff is for the drama and the craziness. But it doesn't offend me all that much. And then CM Punk comes back to AEW and they turn this into a feud, which is not, this is, by the way, it's not a guarantee that this is a work now. I've seen a bunch of people going, aha, this is the work. Look, as I said, this has happened before. It happened with the Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Vince McMahon, Montreal Screwjob scenario, and none of that led to a match until well over a decade later, and it wasn't even a match between Shawn and Bret. It was a match between Bret and Vince well past their prime. So just because the Elite are taking shots at CM Punk on AEW Dynamite TV does not mean that CM Punk is coming back to AEW. If anything, there are rumors going around now that WWE is definitely trying to get him for a match against Stone Cold Steve Austin, a match that was supposed to have happened a long time ago when CM Punk was at the height of his popularity in WWE, but they may be trying to book that for WrestleMania next year. Again, that's a rumor, not confirmed. Another thing that's also a rumor, speaking of the Elite, is former Elite member Cody Rhodes did come out and say that his departure from AEW had nothing to do with CM Punk. It had nothing to do with issues with the Elite. It was him wanting to go for the big one. And it really was him going back to WWE, trying to win the WWE Championship, something his father did not and was not able to do. So the word is that Cody should be coming back pretty soon in WWE. It has been about, 4, 5, 6 months since that pec injury happened and that infamous match at Hell in a Cell. And it seems to be that his target will be Seth Rollins when he comes back. Now, that'll be interesting because he's already 3-0 against Seth Rollins. He's already won the feud. Not only did he did a clean sweep of Seth Rollins in the feud. So I don't know what angle they would take with it. Is Cody going to go 4-0 against Seth Rollins? Is Seth going to get his win back? I don't know. I think Seth Rollins could absorb another loss to Cody, who hasn't been around for months. And I don't know if that's the plan, but if Cody's coming back as a surprise entrant for the Royal Rumble, which is what I originally thought might happen, that would also make a lot of sense, and Cody to win the Rumble. Whether or not that would lead him on to WrestleMania to face against Roman Reigns, or if they have other plans for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, time will tell. Roman's World Championship reign has gone on for quite some time now, and when you have a reign that goes on for this long, it is a hard thing to think of the right person to take the title off of him. If you take somebody who hasn't earned it with the audience, then people will look at Roman's reign as a waste. If you don't give it to an up-and-coming star, it might be looked at as a waste. And there definitely will be people, no matter what you do, because this is 2022, 2023, somebody's going to complain about whatever decision that they make as far as who takes the belt off of Roman. Again, Kevin Owens is also in the running right now to be a challenger for Roman Reigns' United Universal Championships. Of course, there's always the outside shot of Sami Zayn coming in. So we still have quite a few challengers for Roman's championship, but I'll be interested to see this coming Saturday. They have Survivor Series. I think we're going to get, because of the way Triple H is booking typically from his old NXT days, we're probably going to get a lot of hints as to what's going to happen at Royal Rumble. And I don't know about a split within the Bloodline, but I think the Sami Zayn, Jey Uso thing, it might be coming to a head sooner than later, because they're going to have to start setting something up. And now whether that's going to be the Usos against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens ultimately for the tag titles, because that's another one. The Usos have had the tag titles for a long time. We're going to have to wait and see on that one. But I want to know what you guys think about these stories. Do you think Cody Rhodes is coming back? Do you think he's going to feud with Seth Rollins? And do you think that he's pretty much slotted in to win the Royal Rumble come up in January? And what do you think about this Elite situation? Were you one of the people that were all bent out of shape about it and got very angry because you're CM Punk fans and you vicariously live your life through wrestlers and wrestling companies? Or are you a person who thought it was really funny? Or you're a person who's just like, it's wrestling. This is what happens. They've been doing it. They've done this for way longer than I've been born. It's part of wrestling, and it just is what it is, whether you like it or not. Let your voice be heard in the comment box below. Until next time, I will see you guys here for more news, rumors, and commentary on the Rant and Review Pro Wrestling. Have a good day.